So we believe your team was one of the first to use the Red camera. Is that right?
Yeah, back in 2007, the Red one came out. I was on the waiting list back, 2006. We were out at NAB, and it was like, okay, put your name on the waiting list. Put $1,000 in deposit, and you're gonna wait for a camera that has 4K resolution. It sounds a bit unknown, but we did. I was part of that first 1,000 that was on the waiting list. And in 2007, in that fall, they finally released the first 25 cameras or something like that, and we got to shoot out on the Bonneville Salt Flats on a short film called Uni. We were working with Red number 19, out there, and we did a short film on the Red camera. Those were those early days. But yeah, in 2008, we got one of the Red cameras, and then went out and shot this project out at Burning Man.
So you purchased the camera, you put the deposit down and you purchased it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were Red number 998.
And so from the behind the scenes footage that I watched, which is absolutely beautiful by the way, it shows that you've protected the camera with like plastic because of these whiteout days. Can you tell us what was involved? What's a whiteout day? Why protect it like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you want to protect any kind of camera out there. The dust storms will just happen, and there's 40-mile-an-hour winds, and the dust is not like any dust you've ever experienced. It's alkaline, dry lake bed dust. I mean, it's not sand, it's not dirt, it's a very sticky material. And so yeah, it gets on your fingers, and your fingers touch things, and all of a sudden you have it on your lenses and on your camera. And so yeah, we ended up gaff taping over a bunch of the camera ports, and then we had a protective plastic bag that sometimes we'd throw the camera into if it was like complete whiteout. But yeah, this stuff blows into cracks you didn't know existed, the dust out there.
And if it gets in those cracks, is that what can be done to fix it, or nothing can be done?
It's the balance of like, are you going to take a camera out there and protect it the whole time and not get that much access to your camera, or are you going to go out there with the camera and just say, well, it's just a camera, I can replace it? It's a fine balance. And we had 3 Red cameras out there. We had 10 little pocket HD cameras out there, and we had a couple digital SLRs shooting time-lapse. And we did our best. We had the digital SLR covered as best we could. We had the small pocket cameras kind of not protected, but the Red cameras were kind of protected. It's tough. I was out there shooting a couple years later, back in 2010 and 2011 for another project, and destroyed the camera. Yeah, destroyed the Red. So it's an expensive piece of gear to have to deal with.
How did that happen?
It was just dust, I think. It gets inside, and even though the Reds are incredibly protected, especially now with the new Epic cameras, they're just workhorses. I mean, these things have been in conditions like Burning Man that are just unbelievable. Crazy temperatures, freezing temperatures, altitude, everything. They're just amazing. And I think, I just pushed it to the limits, and we had to replace, I think, one of the processing boards inside got wrecked.
So with the 3 Red cameras that you took out there, were they all purchased, or you rented 2 of them and purchased one?
Basically, I worked with other filmmakers. My friend Clay, a New York-based filmmaker, came out with his camera, and then another guy came out with his. So we had 3 total.